Every time I hit record to make a video, I have a thought in mind, and all of a sudden, my mind goes blank. Then I have to start the video over. Then sometimes it's just not the day to record. That's the real part of being a content creator and being a YouTuber. Is some days it's really easy to record videos and some days it's not easy to record videos. And a lot of people, it's good for them to have a script. But the main thing is to know what direction you want to go in with the video. Well, this video here is going in the direction of, when you hit record at times, things are easy. And sometimes you hit record, things are not easy. That's where it gets back for me, is you got to be, authentic in what you're doing in your videos and be you in your videos. Because sometimes you catch yourself, not being who you really are. You might find yourself trying to perform and trying to be exactly like someone else and not being the true you and being who you are. And that also makes me think about, when I hit record, I got to remember what my niche is and what direction that I want to go with this channel. I talk a lot about different things here on this channel. I talk about being a Gen Xer. I talk about, being older and being in your 50s. And I talk about, being a content creator in YouTube. And I've often thought, where do I need to go in this channel? Where I need to be every time I hit record? Well, one thing I do when I hit record is this right here, is I always remind myself why I'm doing this and what direction in life that I want to go in, what I want out of this channel. And that's what I talk about most of the time on here. Because when you start recording, a lot of times you don't know what you want to do. You don't know what you want to talk about. You don't know what your niche is yet. You hear all times you just got to record, you've got to start. Well, you do have to start. You have to start somewhere. Everybody starts somewhere. Everybody starts with no subscribers. Everybody has to post that first video. And and you can go back and watch your own videos, and you can pick that thing all to pieces, and you can say, well, why did I say that? Why did I do this? There's something I did the other day, and I started doing this right here a little bit. I thought, how many times do I stop and say and ah, and kind of have those pauses in there? Well, I try not to do that as much as I used to, but it still happens at times. Is that okay? Yeah, it is. Because sometimes when we're doing our videos and different things and we're flying off the cuff, sometimes we get distracted. Maybe we see a squirrel and we kind of like a dog, and we just kind of get off the trail sometimes, especially when you're my age. That just happens. We get to chasing rabbits at times. You say, well, you're chasing rabbits in this video, Jeff. Yeah, probably so. Because every time you hit that record button, there's just something about it at times. For me, my mind goes blank. I just kind of get off the subject and it just goes somewhere totally different. But the thing about it is, right here, being a content creator, is when you hit that record button, stay with what you're doing with it. It's okay to leave the mistakes in there. I mentioned that before. It's okay to leave the mistakes in there. It's okay to see yourself as not being perfect. It's okay for other people to see you not being perfect. And I say that for you out there, if you have just started recording on YouTube, or maybe you've been recording for a while and you're not getting the subscribers, you're not seeing the views and everything. You're building the foundation right now, and you're not going to be perfect. I've been doing this for 8 years on my other channel. I've been doing this. I'm not perfect. Starting a new channel in a whole different direction is like starting all over for me, because it's completely different in a lot of ways. But you know what? When I hit that record button, you never know where I'm going. I have a thought, but we'll see if we stay there. Trying to get really more focused in on that and trying to record more with a purpose. So here we go on this journey as we continue. See, I just got off my whole thing. Go out there and do something good for someone today. Hey, it'll bless them and bless you, because when I get to rambling, it's time to move on.